first we want to say congratulations.
Thank you very
You
much.
won this year's Docs Award, and how do you feel, and did you expect it?
No, well, I didn't expect it. Actually, it has been a very lucky film, in the sense that people seems to like it very much. You don't know it when you make a film if it's gonna reach the audience or not.
How do you feel about winning this award here at the Dogs Festival?
I'm very glad. I'm really, not joking. I'm extremely happy. The Duisburg Filmwoche it's an important manifestation of documentary, so it would have been a pleasure to be here, even if it was not the kid and young people dedicated session. But I'm especially glad that it is the kid dedicated session, also because I'm a teacher. You know, so.
How was the camera team? How long did it take to finish the film?
The camera team is me, so I did everything, even the black and white sequence, which looks like an old-time footage. I did it personally with the 16mm camera, so I did all the photography of the film for many reasons. First of which is the fact that if I decide to invest my time and my energy in something, it's costly in terms that I need to get money in order to live, but I can decide what to do. If I have a crew of 4 people, I have to pay them. So, and that's one of the reasons. Another reason is that if you jump inside the intimacy of a family, like I did, and you are with some other people, you know, recording audio, putting lights, I mean, believe me, you destroy everything. I was there because I was their friend. I was sleeping with them in the same room. We did travel across Africa with a motorcycle. I don't know if you noticed that the sequence in Africa is filmed from a motorcycle. So we did all the trip with a motorcycle. I was driving one and they were driving the other. You know, you cannot force a crew, a professional crew, to do something like that. You need 2 cars, insurance, and it's going to cost you tons of money. If you have to value the time and the energy that you spend on a project like that, money is never enough. I moved step by step. I have my own equipment. That's why I'm a filmmaker. You know, I have an editing station, so I have the possibility of doing many things without an extra industrial cost. I can tell you that I have all this stuff. I was saying before that I have more than 300 hours of footage, and I had to trash almost everything to give them the importance they deserved, because I understood, you know, on the way, as Alfred Hitchcock used to say, that in cinema the director is God. In documentary, God is the director, because things happen, you know. So
In the documentary you can't hear a commentator. Why did you decide to do without?
I hate the voiceover. You know, it's the Deus Ex Machina. You know, it's like when the boys are in the supermarket and the small one says, well, who's speaking, and the other one says, they tell you what to buy. You know, the voiceover tells you what to think. I don't like it. I mean, I just don't like it. So it's another problem. Voiceover is more sellable. It's easier for commissioning editor, because TV people very often think that the audience is stupid. So you have to tell them what you think. But when I walk around the street, I find people much less stupid than what the television, you know, professionals seems to think from the program that they make.
I wanted to ask why the movie is ending this way. You see the camels and the caravan, and then it's over. Why did you make it like this?
I'll ask you why. I mean, I'm sorry, but what do you think?
Maybe to give the people who watch the film their own opinion, what will happen next?
I mean, that's still happening, you know. I mean, we're talking about this story, this very particular story, and the caravan is still going. That's the basic idea. But do you remember, it's very weird that it's the last sentence that they say to each other in the last interview. What do they talk about? You remember?
About going back to Niger.
Okay, and what did the CD say to Al-Qassum? Because it's weird, because never comes out in Q&A, and
That he don't wants to go back, and that he wants to stay in Italy.
in Italy, and the boy say, well, because there is school also, but when we are grown up, can we go back? Says the small one. And what does the bigger one say?
When we have money, we can go back.
You need money even to go back to your fucking village. You know what I mean? Even to go back to the desperate situation where you've been trying to escape for all your life, now you need money. So the end of it is that he discovers that he found himself in a place where you need money even to go back to starve in your village. And on the other side, the caravan goes, you know. It's a very open ending, like, you know, in narratives. The structure of the script is a three-act classic structure with a setup, a conflict, and a resolution. But the resolution is a partial resolution because I don't have a solution of this kind of story.
In the film, there is no scene that shows the civil war in Niger. Everything seems colorful and happy. Why is this?
Because it's a very beautiful country. So I didn't want to stress once again the fact that they were poor and they had problems. Talking about the civil war, you know, there was a civil war between the Tuareg and the government. You get easily killed in this kind of situation if you go around and you're the only white thing moving around with the camera. Very, very easily. So, I mean, it's better if you go to the village pretending to be, you know, with the tagalmust on your head, driving a motorcycle, and when you're safe in the house of your friends, you do the filming. But if you film, you know, soldiers, they're gonna. I mean, it could be a serious problem. You may not finish the film, you know, basically, which is the worst thing for a filmmaker. Yeah.